What up, brothers? It's the Clipper King returning for a double review today on the figures you see in front of you. As you can see, it's the battle damaged Robocop from the original Robocop movie, and also the twin pack including the Alex Murphy. I will be giving a score for the twin pack and also for the single version, so obviously there will be fluctuations in the packaging and the extras and the value and so on and so forth. But I'd like to say that game time is in effect, so if you're a member of my group on Facebook, the 1/6 scale views and reviews group, you'll have a chance to guess at both scores. If you get either score right, you get a shout out at the end of the review. Before we do, I'd just like to show you the initial pose on each figure. Pretty upright, both of them, as if I've just took them out of the packaging and just placed them on the stand. So there you have the battle damaged version of Robocop. And then moving across, got the Alex Murphy with the helmet under the left arm, spinning the pistol with his right hand. Looking pretty sweet. Right, so let's get some scores on the doors. Let's talk about the source material. Anybody who knows my channel will know I've already done the clean die-cast version of Robocop, and I scored the source material a 4 out of 5. So it'd be no surprise to tell you that I'm also going to give both of these sets a 4 out of 5 on source material. And just to recap on what I said, it is a very 80s film, but I think it's an 80s film that's pretty much stood the test of time pretty well. I think because of the violence in it, sometimes the over-the-top violence as well, I think it's got a very adult feel to it, and I think it's aged really well. I think you feel for the character because he's pretty much tortured, and that's what leads him to become Robocop. And when you watch it back, I don't think the effects really have aged poorly. There's a couple of scenes where it's done on like a blue screen background and it's very, very obvious. But then there's other scenes pretty much where his hand's shot off that looks pretty good still to say this film's like nearly 30 years old. Like I said, it is one of the 80s, the mid-80s films that has stood the test of time. I still enjoy watching it. I pretty much still prefer it to the new version of Robocop. I didn't hate the new version, but I don't think it's a sort of borderline classic like the original Robocop is. I think the sequels were both a little bit ropey, but I think just the original one, like I said, it is borderline classic to me. So again, I am going to score both figures or both sets a 4 out of 5 on source material. Rolling on to packaging. As you can see, I've got the single version displayed at the front and then the twin pack displayed at the back. I will say I do like both boxes. Obviously the twin pack is a lot wider because it houses the figures side by side, surrounded by each individual accessories and stand. The single version just has the figure down the middle, again surrounded by all his accessories. I do like the artwork on both. As you see on the single version, it's just a shot of the head sculpt, sort of minus the helmet of Robocop, and then on the twin pack it's Robocop without the helmet and Alex Murphy kind of in profile. The graphics and the artwork is really good on both. So it has the hologram effect on the lettering, as you can see, and then on the symbols at the bottom. And then the entire packaging has sort of this colour changing effect, so when the light hits it, as you can see, it all changes. So you can see where the light's catching that. As I move, the effect moves as well. Really well done and very much in theme with the figure. I will say I would have scored the twin pack a 4 out of 5 if it had not come with Parcel Force Corner. I've always scored the package on how I've received it, so that way I can just post this video to like show a potential buyer how the figure stands. So that is a case that might cost me on the value of the figure because it's got a damaged corner, but I would never try and lie about it and say no, the box is mint condition, because that's not the case. So I will say as well, both use decent quality card and are both just, in essence, the shoebox design with a lift off top. I think on the single version, I would score it what I would normally give a shoebox and say that's a 3 out of 5. Like I say, I would have given the twin pack a 4 out of 5 because of its size and because I do prefer the artwork, but because of the damage to the corner, I'm also going to give that one a 3 out of 5. Rolling on to likeness or likenesses. I've pretty much left them as they were in upright position, simply because in a minute I'm going to be handling the figures. I'm going to give a score on both and make it clear what I would rate the set and what I would rate the single version, but also I'm going to show you Alex Murphy without the helmet and with the helmet, and I'm also going to show Robocop with this sculpt, and also how you can swap it out and use the head sculpt from the first release, the die-cast version. So I do want to show all that. I've got a funny feeling it might be time consuming, but stick with me because I think it might be a point of interest. So I think we'll start with the Alex Murphy Peter Weller sculpt. When I give my opinion, I'll not be saying anything different than everybody else has said. It's pretty much bang on. I can't see a fault with it at all. The skin tone, the sculpt, the paintwork, everything is, I don't know, pretty much as showed when everybody went mad with it, mad for it when it first were. Sort of the pre-order went up, it came out looking great. The eyes have got depth and life to them. Like I said, the skin tone is excellent, accurate. I thought that the separation between the head sculpt and the hairpiece would be very obvious. I've got to say, although it looks it on the viewfinder, in hand it's hardly noticeable. They've got a really nice match. So yeah, good look at it. Most of you will have seen pictures anyway, so you'll be knowing what to expect. Really, really good. I do think it is a pretty neutral sculpt, but there's enough intensity in the eyes to sort of fit most poses you would want to put it into. So yeah, really nicely done. Moving across, again, what they've done here is really good work because you can still see that it's Alex Murphy or Peter Weller, whatever you want to say, but they've also got it very, very accurate to the film. And by that I mean, that's not just his face in the film. There'd also be like prosthetics around this section where it blends from his real face into the mask. Obviously, where that would be built on to his real head. He'd probably be wearing a skull cap. I don't think they'll have shaved his head just for the role. So yeah, like I say, in the film it would be his face sort of coming through the makeup section, and Hot Toys have captured it really well. It's both sculpts complement each other really well. Like I say, you can tell that both versions are Alex Murphy, but the subtle differences makes both look accurate from the parts of film there is. For example, you see here he's got the fair coloured eyebrows, where on the Robocop he don't have any eyebrows at all. Like I said, the nose is pretty much matching. The eyes have still got the same intention. So yeah, just a really good job. I think what I'll do is tell you that whichever version you buy, the likeness would be a 5 out of 5 and a really, really easy 5 out of 5. But I think the main thing with this section is showing you that regardless how you pose it or the parts you use, you're still going to have two awesome looking figures. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to display how you change out the helmet and take off the head sculpt. If you look down here, you can see I've got the helmet already broke up into, this is the front section with the strap, as you can see. This is the back. This is the top with the visor. And then he has the little intercom. Then there's a tiny little piece of air which fits and comes out the back of the helmet. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you look at the head sculpt, you can see you just lift off the air. If you look inside the air, you see it's just got a magnet at the top and it's a complete air section. So that's how it comes. If you look at the head sculpt, you'll see that he's got a magnet on top and then a cutaway at the back. The cutaway at the back is where the small air piece clicks in. So push that in. And then we'll take the front, sort of push it onto his head. With a strap, you need to get that onto his chin, like so. and then you click the back section into place. And then we drop the top section down, which has also got a magnet in it, down, and that clicks into place. So you can see he's got the helmet on. And then you just attach the intercom section onto the left hand side, like so. So just give you a nice close look at the helmet. So we circle around. It's a really nice touch, fits in really well. It makes him look very accurate to the movie. As you see, you've got the visor, which you can also push down very nicely, giving that really nice appearance. He's got the full tactical gear on. Like I said, very easy to score it. It's helmet on, helmet off, don't make no difference. It's still a very easy 5 out of 5. Moving on to Robocop, and before I transfer his head out, I just want to show you all the nice, really fine, subtle details around the back of his head. Looking at all this sort of wired section, moving around, all the detail, the paint. You can see the have a blood spatter or oil effect. The pistons down through the neck, down to the front of the neck, and coming round to the very accurate face sculpt. Really nice touch. What I want to do is show you how you can swap that out, or the best way that I would suggest you do it, because of the I'll show you when the head's off, but there's a fragile section at the front of the neck you really need to look out for, and that's why I'm going to suggest this is the best way to swap the head if that's what you intend to do. Right, so like I said, just to score that head, I would give it again a very easy 5. It's outstanding, it's top work from Hot Toys, I can't say anything different. But the fact that it swaps and you can put a helmeted head on if you have the die-cast version, I think is a real touch of genius. This is the best way I suggest you do it. You actually take off the chest section first, which, because it's new, might be a bit of a nightmare. It's not too bad. So we pull that off, which again, like the first version, has the magnet sections at the top of the shoulder here and also in here. The reason I say you do that is because while that section's closed, the sort of hole into his neck is quite restrictive. So I think if you take the chest section off, it helps what you've got to do next. Now, just sort of pull that section out. Now, I really need to show you this. The collar and the head is 2 separate sections, as you can see, but they're only held together by these 2 really fine parts. You're picking them up. As you can see, even on this one, it's sort of, one of them's glued, this one's not. I don't know if it were to start with, but it's not. So it might be a case that it could need another touch of glue, or you might be better off just letting it come loose, because then it would be a completely separate section with a collar and head. You're picking all that up, aren't you? So I find that's the easiest way to get it off, but like I said, look out for that section because it's really fragile. On the other Robocop head from the die-cast version, again, you get the separate collar, which is just this really glossy black, and then it goes into the head sculpt. You see inside the shoulder, if you look at this section here, it's just sort of 2 ball joints, one at the top, one at the bottom. So all you're basically trying to do is put the collar on and then drop the head onto the ball joint. So if I show you, it's something like, put that in place, which sits in there nicely, and then just push on the head, and then we just click the chest back into place. So there you see it, using the semi-battle damaged head sculpt from the first version with the completely battle damaged body from the new release. Really good touch. It makes you need both figures, and I think that is excellent marketing from Hot Toys. While it's off, like I said to you, these, I don't know how clear you picked it up because our lass were actually filming while I were doing it. You can see the two little gold tips here which hold the head to the collar. You can see that one is already off. It's not broke, I don't suppose. Would just need a bit of glue if you want to fix it, but to be honest, it's that sort of restricts the head turning. So when I get onto the articulation, just bear that in mind. Like I say, it does just sit on a ball joint, and whichever edge you use, as you can see, you're going to have an awesome looking battle damaged Robocop. And I know it's kind of like stating the obvious, but the new head sculpt will also fit onto the die-cast body, which gives you a look just before he gets his helmet attached. So, however you choose to display it, on the likeness or the facial likeness, on any of the Robocop stuff, or any that I'm displaying here, you've got a very easy 5 out of 5. And like I say, that would be a 5 for the set, which includes these two figures, and you would get 5 if you just add the battle damage single version of Robocop. Rolling on to his outfit, and I will show you both, and I will take the score on the strongest like I always do. I'll just give you a quick look up and down. You see I've got him on the turntable, and we're going to have a look all the way around him. First, I think we'll talk about what we see from the front. As you see, he's got the awesome looking helmet with the comms device on the side, movable visor. I'll push that down. Works really well, goes on and off his head really well, and just looks awesome. Futuristic, but not daft sort of things. I do like that. Pretty much wearing a SWAT team outfit with the body vest, the bulletproof vest, which obviously adds the pec section, then moving down to the ab section. It's a nice quilted feel, but it doesn't restrict the articulation in any way. It's a really nice touch. Underneath that, he has the kind of one-piece sort of police outfit, or overall, whatever you want to say. See the graphics on the left arm, OCP, Detroit Police. That's looking nice. The watch on his left wrist. Moving down, you see his ammo pouches. They are padded out, just have like a sponge or foam style cutaway inside each one of those to keep it looking like there is a magazine in each one. You see the combat style belt with a clasp at front. That also leads down to his holster for his pistol with a leg strap. Moving down, you see the knee pads, which is like just a flat padded fabric. Again, don't restrict the movement through the knees at all. Really nicely done and looks very accurate. Moving down, his trousers are tucked into a soft rubber feeling boot, which also looks very accurate as well. So really nice touch. Let's get him rotating. If there's any batteries in this switch is not very good on here. Here we go. See the pose as he goes around. See the back of the tactical vest with the straps, the race section to cover his neck, and then the padding, the velcro sides which hold it in place. Very nice. The pockets on the sleeves, again the patchwork on the shoulder with the OCP. Back of the belt you have the torch pouch and also cuffs, which have got cuffs inside them. And then you see the holster down the right leg, which does look like it has a button fastening, but it is actually held together with Velcro. So all in all, top quality outfit, really good materials used, very functional, don't hinder the articulation at all. Just a really good job. Looks accurate, feels quality in your hand. The helmet is a right touch, and there's nowhere really that I could mark it down. So to score the Alex Murphy outfit, if it had been a standalone figure, I would have given it a 5. That's the honest truth, because it's not that tight that you can't move it, and like I said, the helmet works really well. I don't feel that you're going to scuff the head sculpt paintwork because of how it works. So yeah, I do like that. Another thing I'll mention as it comes round, it does have a Velcro fastener on the end of his cuffs, so obviously the tighter you fasten it, it's not going to run up his arm too much. So you see on there. So yeah, really nice touch. Like I said, if it had been a standalone figure, I would have given it a 5. Now let's move on to Robocop. So moving on to this little plastic miracle of artwork. Just give you a quick scope and tell you first things first. I also have the clean version, as you saw earlier, which is really nice to the touch because it is die-cast, or it does have die-cast sections on. Not a lot of them, or not as many as you would think, but enough to make it feel toppy dollar quality in your hand. This one is all plastic. Now the reason I think it's all plastic is because the plastic will hold the paint apps a lot better than die-cast will. You're not going to get no chipping on this plastic surface. They didn't just stop there though. Other things worth noting. The ab section, where on the clean version it's really high gloss black. This is like as if it's been worn in. Obviously by this point in the film that is the case. He's been on ground, he's been shot at, he's been falling over, and there is a variant on the colour work. It also feels very battle damaged, although there's no obvious like scrapes or scratches or bullet marks or rips or tears, anything like that, but there is the appearance that it is also battle damaged. That theme also goes through the hands, which are a lot duller looking. The kind of a charcoal colour where the clean version is really glossy black. Same with the arm rubber. Moving across, show you on the other hand. See, it's a lot duller, a lot more matte finish than the clean version, which is, like I say, high gloss black. I'll show you down. And then let's start looking at some points where we have the battle damage. So we'll look at the head obviously first, which I've covered. You sort of get the mark on his forehead, and then down through the neck. The detail is awesome. Looking down through the chest section, you see bullet marks here on the chest, sort of dents. You see the colour variation through the armour. It's sort of the flat colour, but then it's got like scorch marks where it's been ripped and torn and shot at. Sort of the gunpowder marks where it's hit. You also, where there's been like here, it's been shot through, there's like hydraulic fluid leaking out. Also, you get the hint of like blood spatter. More so on the data spike on his hand, which I will show later in the review. So yeah, you can tell he has been in battle. Looking across here, there's major damage. You see the pistons and the hydraulic cabling through here. This section totally ripped open. Moving across onto the shoulder, which were a nice touch. It's sort of been pushed out away that much that it no longer lines up. If you see, there's a split right up into the top. Bullet mark at the front, again with the hydraulic fluid or blood spatter, whatever it is, coming down. Really good damage. Moving across, same down the leg. They've not skimped and scraped, as you see, and down. Looking across here, again we're looking up. Battle damage, weathered foot and coming up. Bullet marks on the thigh. And then a real bad rip on the outside of the left leg. A few bullet marks, moving down, same with the calf. He's been pretty much ripped up, to be honest. Looking good. You see, go up there, another bad tear on his upper arm. And then as we look onto his back, again, looking at the back of his head, and then down. Yeah, really nice weathering. Even on the back of the calf, a couple of bullet marks in there as well. Going round, you still have the working leg holster, so it is folded there. The die-cast pistol, which that one is, still moves in and out, and that section of the leg still moves forward. So to close that up, we would push the pistol in, we would bring around the section of leg, which is hard to do one-handed. I'll try and do it for you. No, I might not be able to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm going to end up ragging it up. I can't close it because I have his legs positioned. But yeah, it does open and close. Take my word for it, and the gun will sit inside. So yep, bring it around. The articulation is exactly the same as the first version. Ratchet sort of effect on the knees. The sections do pop in and out there and there. and on the shoulders. So go back to that review if you want to see the articulation. I will cover articulation obviously in the next section, but I'm not going to do a full demonstration. I'm just going to talk you through it. But on appearance of the outfit, like I said, with the Alex Murphy, that would have been a 5 out of 5 anyway. Add the Robocop to that mix, it's another strong 5 out of 5. And obviously if you bought the standalone Robocop without Alex Murphy, you would get a 5 for outfit on that as well. It is to Robocop what the DX13 is to Terminator. That's how highly I rate this set. So like I said, on both single version and twin pack, you're getting a 5 out of 5. Rolling on to articulation. And I think we will start with Robocop first. Like I said, I did a demonstration on my Robocop diecast version review. If you want to see exactly how it moves, check that one out. But I'll pretty much talk you through it. There's articulation through the middle of the foot, so the toe section will move forward and back. A pivot, dip and swivel on the ankle. Be careful with that because there is a piston that runs up the back of the leg. If it pops out, it's really easy to pop it back in, so don't worry too much about that. It does work really nicely. Moving up, the knees are on ratchets and there is sort of rotation through the knee as well, so it's not just forward and back, there is swivel as well. Moving up, I've just showed you how the leg holster works, the articulation. The legs are on a stem that pull down sort of diagonally, sort of in here and here. So once they're pulled out fully, it looks a little bit unsightly, but it does make the legs move really, really well. Moving up into the ab section, there is rotation and also it is extendable, pretty much like a Iron Man ab section. Once it's fully extended, the tilt, swivel, rotation is really good. So yeah, there is that. No articulation as such through the chest. The arms or the shoulders, they do pop out on a stem that will pull out probably a centimetre each side, so that once it's fully extended, again, it does look a little bit unsightly, but it does make the arm rotation at the upper shoulder really good. No rotation through the upper arm, and the elbow will only bend sort of like a single bend elbow. And then there's a section here, this is soft rubber, and you can also move the forearm, completely rotate because it sits on kind of a ball joint. So yeah, but like I said, the elbows are just like a straightforward forward and back hinge. The hands sit on a ball joint and the fingers on one of the sets of hands are articulated, which work really well, pretty much like an Iron Man figure. Sometimes a bit of a nightmare to hold the gun. I wish they'd still put a sculpted gun holding hand, because the gun holding hand, it's a bit of a bitch to get him to hold because you've got like shiny plastic against shiny plastic and it's constantly slipping away from where you want it to be. Once you get it positioned, it does look pretty nice, but I just wish they had an hand that was made to hold the gun. Like I've showed with the head, there is just a lower ball joint in the bottom part of the neck and a ball joint what the head sits on. So on this one, like I said, the movement through the neck is a little bit not hindered, but it's a little bit fragile feeling, so be very, very careful when you're moving the head on that. So for an armoured figure, it's as good as can be, I think. It's a lot bulkier than most of the Iron Man armour, so it won't articulate as good as something like the Mark 42 would. But because the suit in the film won't articulate that well either, I think they've replicated it really, really well. I can't lie to you and say it's a 5 out of 5 or even a 4 out of 5 because there's just so few points of articulation that it's not that kind of vibe. So if you only had the single version of Robocop, I think the fairest thing would to be give the articulation a 3 out of 5. Like I said, I do think that pose is nice, and although there is a lack of articulation, you can get very natural looking poses out of it. So that is where I would stand on the single version. Obviously, because the twin pack includes Murphy, Murphy's just on a slim true type body, so it has all the articulation that we know and love. It's not hindered anywhere by the outfit, apart from maybe the ankles, but that's not annoyingly so because the boots are quite soft rubber, so there is still room to move the boot around to still give a natural look. See a nice deep curl in the knee, like that and that. A good curl through the elbows because they're double jointed. Nice movement through the neck, and although it's got body armour on, it doesn't really restrict where you can pose the arms. So Only thing I will mention when I'm talking body, the trigger hands, both of them, they don't look natural or hold the guns very well. As you can see there, he's not actually got his thumb around the gun. I don't like stock hands. The overuse of the relaxed hand, the overuse of the trigger hand, we see it time and time again. I wish that the hands were sculpted to fit the gun that comes with a certain figure. Like I said, I don't think Hot Toys do it that well anyway with the gun holding hands. But yeah, although the hands are the soft, pliable style rubber, so they do swap on and off really nicely. But like I said, they don't look great. Other than that, I can't mark it down on articulation. So if you bought the set, because of the strength of Murphy, the set would also get a 5 out of 5 for articulation. Rolling on to extras and accessories. I'm going to try and speak clearly here because obviously some things are not included with the single set, but it should be pretty easy. If I step back and break it down, pretty much everything down the left side comes with the single version. So we're looking at everything there and that, but the twin pack brings everything you see. So I hope that makes sense. So first, let's talk Robocop. Obviously, the figure comes, there's no interchangeable head, so don't get mistaken. The head that I showed you earlier were from my version 1 die-cast Robocop. It would have been nice if they'd have given you a battle damage helmet, not one that particularly fits the sculpt, but one that you could have him as if he just undrilled it and just took it off. Also, the drill would have been nice, but it didn't bring either of those. I'm just thinking, sort of, what else would I have put in it? As we move down, he has the plastic gun, which has movable parts, so like when he's firing, you could display that. Inside the leg holster is the die-cast version of the same pistol. Slightly different in size, but you do have to use the die-cast pistol inside the leg. So yeah, you get that. Moving down, Robocop has the Hexagon style stand, so like the DX10 and the first version of Robocop. It doesn't light up, but it is quite nice. One downside to it I noticed with the die-cast version where it scratches the stand, because then it would pretty much metal onto the plastic eye gloss top. I don't know if this one will do it because obviously this one has plastic feet onto the plastic base, so I don't know if it will mark it. But a nice touch. Would have been nice also if they'd have given Murphy a base exactly the same as that, but they never. Moving down, Robocop gets his own booklet, tells you how to swap out the parts, how to use the holster, which gun goes where, and so on and so forth. So it is worth a read before you start messing about, because these figures aren't cheap. Moving down, the rifle, what Clarence Bodiger and his gang have, and also the rifle that Robocop takes out, Ed 209. Now, if you remember in the film, I think I'm right in saying when he gets out the gun, he places the when he gets out the car, he places the gun on top of the car to support it, and then he shoots Ed 209. I could be wrong there, but I'm not sure. That is what you would need here, because there's no way that Robocop can hold it two-handed. His articulation will never do it. So you pretty much got him posed, and then because of the sort of the length of the gun, I don't know, it sort of creates a seesaw effect on his arm. It never looks like it's fully supported by his arm. So although it is a nice extra worth displaying, there is movable parts on it. The tripod stand, and it is a nice addition. I can't find a way to pose him and make him look natural with it. So moving down, you get the 3 jars of baby food, which come with the Kinder Surprise stickers. So you have to put those on yourself. It is the label, and you see you do get one spare. Zoom, you son of a bitch. Not zooming. Moving across, you have the data spike on his hand. This time it's not clean like on the first version. It has the blood spatter on it, and when he stabs the geezer in the neck with it. So that is nice, really well painted. A set of sculpted fists, and then obviously he's got his articulated hands on, which again do work quite nicely, but I just wish they would have given us a sculpted right gun holding hand. So that is what you would get with the single set. I'm going to score it a 3 out of 5 and say that is quite a generous 3, because you don't get a lot. You're basically getting 3 extras, a couple of spare hands, and then the rifle and the jar of baby food, and neither here nor there really. I would normally only get something with an additional portrait or interchangeable parts or extra clothes or a really good diorama stand, they would only really get a 4 or 5. So like I say, it is quite a generous 3 out of 5 on the single version. Opening it up and looking what comes with a twin pack. If you want to include your Alex Murphy as your extra, then you are going to get a good score. But I think because it is a twin pack, you can't class the full figure as an accessory. So what does Alex bring? Obviously the helmet and the intercom, which I've said before, is awesome. Really nice touch. I like how it swaps on and off, really easy to do, and it don't feel like it's going to break. So it looks good with the visor open or closed, or even without the helmet and just the air sculpt on. Really nice either way. It does give you a lot of different looks. Moving down, he does have the 2 pistols around the back on his belt, as I've showed. He's got the cuffs and the torch. Moving down, only has the generic style stand with Alex Murphy and the Robocop decals. Moving down, he has his own instruction manual, which basically tells you how to do the helmet. Moving down, the earpiece, like I said, which fits on really nicely. The magnet in the top. Spare set of wrist pegs, and then additional hands. We have a set of fists, relaxed hands, the gun twirling right hand, and the torch holding left. So again, not a massive amount of extras, but when you look at everything there, and that's all in one twin pack, then it does appear to be a lot more. On the twin pack, I'm going to score it 4. Like I said, because the helmet gives you the different look on Alex and you're getting everything that you see, yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The single version only got a 3. Right, so we'll finish off with value. And as you see, I've got all 3 figures demonstrated to show you the varying looks. The hyper clean, brand new off the production line version, which gets a lot of flag down to its colour, but is an awesome figure and can be picked up at a really reasonable price now. I would say that is still a must own figure. It's a beauty. And obviously moving across, we've got the twin pack, or if you like, we've just got the Robocop on his own. I think all 3 together would be the must-have look. I know people's budget don't always stretch to that, and I'm not a snob when it comes to what people can and can't afford. I know some people are luckier than others, or work harder than others, or however you want to slice it and dice it, whatever you want to say. So it's down to options, really. Is it worth having the double set? I don't know, because if you're going to have the double set, I think you definitely need the clean version to get that look. Is it worth just having the Robocop on its own? I think you could possibly display battle damaged and clean without Murphy, but I think if you've got Murphy included, I think you would want all 3. I hope that makes sense, because it did in my brain when I said it, before I said it, should I say. But anyway, that's how they look together. So let's talk prices. I haven't disclosed who I bought this from, nor am I going to. I'm going to cut out on the shout outs, I think, until I start getting paid for advertising. While I'm paying same as everybody else, then everybody's going to get this same treatment as each other, so to speak. So let's talk prices, or ish. Right, for the twin pack, you're talking round about $350. Now that is a lot of money in anybody's books. Some people who collect high-end figures might not think so. I personally do. The Robocop on its own, you're talking round $250-ish, maybe just under. I don't know which will sell better. I think a lot of people would want both, but like I said, some people just can't afford to do $350, and that's, like I said, that's just how it is. The way I look at it is like this. The value for just the Robocop, if you're paying $240, $250, it's a lot of money for a single version figure that's not die cast. Like I say, it is an awesome looking piece, and most collections will look better if they've got that figure in. But like I say, it's a one figure for cut like $240, $250. I'm talking pounds as well here, not dollars. For both, you're looking at like £100 more. Nah, at around $350, let's call it, you're talking 175 quid per figure, which is pretty much the going rate for a single figure now from Hot Toys. So for that reason, if you buy them as a set, you are basically getting a deduction on your price of your Alex, because you like getting the Alex Murphy figure for £100. So it's how you want to do it. Like I say, $350 is a lot to lay out for one set, so it might be better to pick up the Robocop. But like I say, if you work it out as price per figure, your better value is with a twin set. Saying that, I think you're going to be blown away whichever you buy. That is the honest truth for it, because I think looking at this my collection, I've got some really nice figures to say they're mainly mass produced. In fact, they're all mass produced at the minute. But I've got a really nice collection, I think. But these figures are definitely eye-catching. So your bang for your buck is definitely there, whichever you choose to get. Give them a score. I would say on the single version of Robocop, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 because I think it's massively overpriced. On the twin pack at 350 quid, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 because it's still massively overpriced, but at least you're getting 2 figures for your money. People say what's happened to the DXs, have they all gone now? I honestly think that Hot Toys have basically moved away from the purse system, but are giving us more in these double packs than they used to in the DX sets anyway. So I honestly feel that these twin packs, I'm talking Rocket and Groot, this set, the Steve Rogers and Stealth Captain America, Chewbacca and Han Solo, I think they are what the DXs used to be. That's where I see it. I could be wrong. Like I say, I just think that Hot Toys pulled away from the PERS eyeball system. So that's possibly why. So overall scores, I've given the twin pack a 29 out of a possible 35, which is an awesome score for any figure. And I've given the single version of Battle Damage Robocop a 25 out of a possible 35, which again is a really good score for a single figure. So we'll move to the phone. I'm getting a feeling I'm going to have a shitload of guesses here because it's took me fucking ages to film this. But I promised a shout out, so let's do it. So here we go. I hope my battery lasts because it's way down. Right. As you say, I posted in the 1/6 scale views and reviews group, game time, guess the correct score for a shout out. Please remember I'm reviewing the twin pack and the single version in the same review, so please give 2 scores. Example, whatever score for the twin pack, whatever score for the single version. People don't read so good because the first about 5 that commented, I had to delete them because they just basically put 1 score, and I thought, fucking read it. I'm putting all time in here, it's me who's filming the fucker. Least you can do is read what I fucking put. So 29 and 25 we're looking for. Let's have a look. 29 and 25, he's close. Look, I had to put here 2 comments deleted. Please read carefully, you fucking idiots. I don't want to fuck about it because I'm running out of battery. Oh, your 2 shirts. Focus. I don't know why my camera always goes out of focus when I'm filming here. 29 for twin pack. That's where it scored me, think. So, whoa. Yeah, 29. Jamie Smith. Well done to you, brother. I'm not going to go into fucking detail here because my camera's going to run out. So, yeah, massive shout out. Jamie Smith, you got it right on twin pack. Look out for your name. Look at this one. Hello to my mum and sister. Thanks, Dad, for being supportive. I know you're happy up there. I hope that's not serious. I hope his dad ain't passed away because I feel bad. Special shout out to my pregnant wife. I love you so much, babe. This is the best day of my life. A shout out from the Reviewer King. I think that's sarcasm. I hope it's not because I've just fucking read it. If you're being sarcastic, I'll fucking bitch slap you when I see you. Anyway, rolling on. I'm going to have a go. Overscored it, but looking at some of them. Overscored it. I don't know how many fucking comments I've got here. I'm thinking millions. 29 for twin pack. Here we go. Chris Wayne. Have a shout out, my friend. Chris Wayne. He's got it correct. I'm not going into too much detail, like I said. I weren't even going to do this on this review because I had a feeling it would take me fucking ages. Double pack. Chris Webb, who got it right on double pack. Again, Scott Gilson, he's got it right. He thought single pack would get better than twin pack. It didn't. It didn't, I say. Close. No. Nope. You see your names? Are you seeing them? Are you enjoying that? Greg Morin. Oh, look who it is. Same with Family Shot, who I mentioned in the last video. Greg Morin, he's got it right for twin pack. Unless he's a clever fucker because he didn't state which. He could have got both wrong, but I'm tipping that he got the twin pack right. So I want to give him credit where he's due. So Somebody else only get one score. Dumbass. Fuck you. Wrong. Fucking hell, it's warm here. Twin Pike 29. Scott Wilson. We've got Scott Gilson, Scott Wilson, got Skilson. We're fucking all here. Trying to confuse me. 29, here we go. Chris Kyle Clayton. Look at that lad. His hair looks like he's on Manchester scene in the late 1980s. Looks like Sean Ryder from Happy Mondays. Don't know if that's a compliment or fucking insult. Fuck you, Clipper, if I'm wrong. I don't like after watching your vids. Anyway. Here we go. Fucking hell. How am I supposed to read that name? I can't. Is that Daredevil and all on his thumbnail? Can't make it out. What is it? Antonis Nicol... That'll do. You got it right on Twin Pike. Can't fucking beat around bush today. Saying daft names. I don't fucking understand it. Here we go. Mark Stubley. 29 for Twin Pike. He got it right. This one's gone into detail and managed to get single pack rate. Well done, brother. I think your first turn to get single pack. Neil Mathers. Here we go. 25 for single pack. He could have it right. He might have it wrong. He's not elaborated, but we'll shout out Nick Rogerson anyway. Focus. I'm reading that. Fucking tell me what you're gonna do, my friend. Fucking hell, come on. Come on, baby. Here we go. He got it right last time. Fucking Anthony J. Leathley. He got it right on Twin Pack 29. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Never read it. Wrong, wrong. Twin Pack right. Here we go. Darren Biggie Rowe. He's got it right on Twin Pack. Only a point out on single pack, so he's a clever lad. Another one here, look. Arnie. Calorianta. Got it right on Twin Pack. Wrong, 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 wrong. Oh, Twin Pack. Here we go. David Scalora. Got it right with Twin Pack. Fucking hell. Tariq Hammond. Got it right with Twin Pack. Well done to you. Mark Castillo. Got it right on Twin Pack. Well done. Fucking hell, 100 comments. I'm getting warm here, boys. I'm getting warm and agitated. I've been filming for a very long time and these lights are fucking burning me. I hope I'm not missing that. I don't even think I looked at last three. Here we go. Jared Oughton. Got it right with Twin Pack. He got 29. He's not far out with single pack either. Clever lad. Wazim Rockefeller Khan said 29 and 32. He didn't elaborate on which he would put in place, but I assume in his 29 to Twin Pack because the order he's wrote it in. Could be wrong. He might have totally fucked up, but I'd still give him a load of credit. Funny as fuck. No, got it wrong. All that writing and you managed to fuck it up. 29, 24, no. Paul Fletcher, here we go. 29 foot Twin Pack. 28 double. Don't get that fucker. I think he means single. Every fucking opportunity to have a go at fucking Odell. I don't know. It's not that sort of vibe, pal. This is a guessing game. It's not fucking have a go at Odell time. Here we go. Ross Andrew Athersmith. 29 on Twin Pack. Got it right. Here we go. Straight under. Andrew Clay. Fucking hell. Andrew Kenyon. 29. We've all got twin pack on 29, but not many of you got single pack rate, did you? Here we go. Johan Larson, 29. Well done, pal. Well done. Fucking hell, are we ever ending here or what? That's what. Fucking here we go. Big winner. Got them both. Brandon Smith, 29 on twin pack, 25 on single. Sat down, thought about it, and decided he didn't want to look a mug today. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because he's got them both. Let's get lad some love. Let's have a look. Now, picture of Walking Dead, yeah? And then for some reason, he's got a picture of his fucking crotch. I don't know. I'm guessing that's Rick Grimes, but still a little bit perverted. That's what they like from fucking Redmond, Washington. You dirty bastard. Anyway, I've not got time to fuck around today. Well done to you. You've got both anyway, you clever cunt. Wrong. Here we go. Benjamin. Fucking hell. I can't pronounce that, mate. I'll terminate it. Change your last name, yeah? If you're going to have a guess now, change your last name, because I can't say that. I'm going to say fucking, I don't know. I can't even fucking warrant a guess on that. My foreign speaking is not great. Here we are. That's end. Thank fuck for that. Boys, I've been filming way too long. My fucking camera's burning my hand. These lights in Callum's bedroom are burning my fucking shoulders. And my eyes are aching. So, other than that, I'll just say, whichever set you decide to buy, single version or double version, you're getting an awesome piece for your collection. But for now, I am out of here.